Hello and welcome. Doing a new complete reading today with my brand new deck. This is my first one with words. I made two shorts earlier, but I have redesigned my deck onto a linen stock with miniaturized printings to save on ink. I have had a lot of trouble, as I've brought up in many videos, just getting the exact same ink for my big deck. When I add new cards, I'm incapable of getting it to repeat this exact color. So these are glossy two-sided 4x6, and these are a linen matte 4x6, but I've chosen to put miniatures on all of them to cut back on my ink usage, and I just thought they were cute. So this will be my first time using this deck for a reading, and let's see what the universe has to share. Same art, just a new format. And right away we get the stars, 17, the believe card. And that's so awesome, and also it's in keeping with my theme today, which was keep looking up. I think there's a lot going on in the sky, and there's going to be a lot that continues to go on in the sky. And what I've been told we can use as a healing source is the moon, the stars, and the sun. So just get outdoors as much as you can. Keep looking up. Have faith. Believe. There's so much that's about to change in this world. And I'm really excited about it, as I'm sure everyone here is. Just making sure I don't have any other specific message about this star card. I guess just a reminder that stars can also hold, it seems like, kind of act like planets, and there are stars that have entire species of beings on them. So something interesting I heard earlier in the week. Card. It's the Speak Authentically card. Just reminding whoever you are, wherever you are right now, that, and I know some of us are finding words are tedious, right? Aren't we wishing like everyone could just communicate with us through mental telepathy? I know that's what I've been doing for a long time now. Just kind of wishing people could comprehend what I'm trying to get to, so I don't have to go through the exhausting process of communicating in words. Unfortunately, we still do. And this card reminds you that if you're going to have limited conversations, stick to the authentic words, the ones that really matter right now. And for me, it's just hard for me to talk about things that don't matter right now, with so much to look forward to and so much that I'm excited about in the universe. It's just hard to spend time talking about, you know, the mundane. My dog that was supposed to be part of this video no longer wants to be part of this video, so hold on one second. Okay. So that message is pretty clear. We're still in Gemini right now. It's all about communication. Gemini's entire soul purpose, or part of it, seems to be about getting that communication right, finding that authentic voice, knowing when to speak and when not to speak. This is about the 5th time in a row I've drawn Scorpio. Last night I drew it twice before I went to bed, just kind of playing with my deck to shuffle it and see what I would get in my new deck. And then I think I've already had it in one of my short reads this morning, if not both. And now this in my longer read. So I'm getting a very strong Scorpio vibe. Maybe somebody who's listening to this is a Scorpio, and maybe this message is for you. Maybe it's just a general kind of card, a reminder about taking the deep dive, about going where no one likes to go, but kind of doing the work that you need to do to alchemize your trauma, to get yourself into a position where you can raise your vibration and prepare for, you know, the new world. But either way, I'm getting a lot of Scorpio vibes. I have some very close Scorpio friends going through things. So, you know, when I'm pulling Scorpio out right now, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm thinking of them. But I'm thinking also somebody who's finding this today might also be a Scorpio. And so I'm also thinking of you and sending my energy your way in whatever way you need it. Ouch. And then I drew the Tower. Don't normally focus on dates, but today is June 14th, and for a while I've just had a feeling like things would happen today because of a certain Gemini leader having a certain event today, which turns out it is getting kind of stormed out. And this is supposed to be, this is not my best piece of art, but I enjoyed it nonetheless. But I kind of put the soul on the lightning here, but the lightning is striking down some corporate skyrise building, and today I hear that lightning might be keeping away some of the activities that should never have happened in a certain place in this country today. This is the United States. Things that were only meant for comedy, such as Idiocracy, this should not be happening, like wrestling matches in official places that we pay for. So I don't know. I think this tower is going to be pretty big, but we've had so many towers and not everybody's like kind of paying attention to all the things that are being disclosed to us and all the things and systems that are blowing up in our faces. It's like everyone's raising their hand and they're like, we're corrupt, we're broken, this system is in complete failure and it's all at your expense. And we're just like, oh, so that's how it is. Okay, we're just in a complete disadvantage and we can never win. And the system's completely gross and corrupted and evil in ways that we didn't imagine. But it's okay. We're just gonna la la la. No. Tower card reminds us that's not the case. Things are gonna happen. People are gonna pay attention. If the bottom has to keep getting lower and lower for people to pay attention, then the bottom will continue to drop. That's just kind of how it works. So, you know, the more and more exciting surveillance and things that we're finding out, and the more things that have to happen in order to get people to like actually stand up and be like, no, we're not doing this anymore. It's just going to keep getting more and more explosive and tower-like. Second time drawing this today, and it is my favorite card. And I did just paint my shed yesterday the colors of the Phoenix sky, or the Arizona sky rather, but the Phoenix in general. It's just a very powerful, meaningful concept for me. The Phoenix, just being the divine goddess that she is, that's going to kind of come through and be the ultimate shake-up. And that's kind of what I'm saying with the tower, so I'm just going to put it right on top of the tower, but this is kind of like the ultimate shakedown and death and rebirth of our nation and our world even, and how we can heal and how we can completely change and alter the face of humanity from here on out. So ridiculous things like evil corporations becoming trillionaires, hiding in bunkers, like things like that won't be able to happen in the new world. And there it is, the world. This is what we're after, right? It's like right now we were just living in like this little thought. We all believed this was everything and this was all it could ever be, and there was nothing beyond that, and we didn't have to concern ourselves with that. But now we're finding out that the world is not just the earth. The world goes way beyond the earth. And yeah, one thing I don't pick up on these little mini ones, and is some of the detail, like, so for example, you can't even see the sacred geometric shapes within here, but that's okay, that's okay. I already know they're there. But yeah, this is about how there was so much more, and now we're actually learning that there's so much more. I went and saw Disclosure Day. I don't want to give anything away. I would say it met my expectations. I did enjoy it, and I recommend seeing it. But if you're hoping to get more, I don't know. Just know that it's definitely set up for a sequel. Okay, so more about the world. What I'm trying to say here is we've been living in this tiny notion of this tiny place within a much larger thing. And once we awaken to that there is so much more, and we have this rebirth, that's what we'll have access to, and it will be so much more. And we will have that peace and that unconditional love that we've always craved and wanted while not even knowing what it was that we were missing. Oh, the amnesia of being on Earth. Isn't it delightful? So delightful. Hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. I think of this as like the opposite of that message. What I think of it is like, yeah, for yourself. Don't do any of those things. Stay away from evil. Live Christ consciousness. Be the real thing, the thing that you want everybody else to be. But I also see it as when you observe these things, don't just turn a blind eye. Don't just plug your ears up. Don't just cover your mouth and prevent yourself from speaking the truth. Do the opposite of that. Speak the truth. What if we all spoke our truths about all of our perpetrators all at once? Like, what if everybody, and it's happening, there's starting to be actual databases about this, which is so funny because I wrote a book about a database about this. But yeah, we should be sharing this information with each other to protect each other, right? Like, why are we protecting the other? And I mean, that's what this message is. It's about, yeah, speak authentically, but like, tell your truths, protect others, stop protecting the bad guy, and start kind of throwing them under the bus, right? Like, that's part of your Christ consciousness. Being a steward of Christ does not mean letting people in your organization or church or whatever do terrible things and not doing anything about it. That's not Christ consciousness. That's not love and light. And I've talked about this, I think, on another message because it just kept coming to me that it's like love and light is not just singing Kumbaya and hoping for the end times. There's more to it. We don't get to just meditate and find bliss in our own homes and tune out everything else that's going on and just kind of count down and wait for it to happen. I wish that was the case, and I was trying to do that, but I'm reminded that there's more, right? There's so much more. With all this information that we've had, we need that tower. We need that explosive reaction. Embrace the Emperor's new groove. The Emperor's groove. Yeah, I mean, this is about being embracing that side of yourself within, the protector drive, the rational drive, the one that's like really wanting to get things done and make things happen. So it's like, yeah, take all this information that we're talking about and do something with it, right? Like, be what we've been told the man of the house was going to be, right? Like the protector who actually did things about in order to protect people. And that's speaking out, and that's doing something, and that's making a change. Don't fear the unknown. I mean, it wouldn't be June 14th if I wasn't bringing something up like this, because it's like everything that's being spoken of. It's like this disclosure, this first contact. It's going to be scary for many. It's going to make so many people question everything that they've believed, and that's where it's at. That's what's needed right now. So when you remember that you are immortal, that you are infinite, that this is just a school, and when you leave here, you wake up in a even better, more amazing, and more complete place, and you don't lose that piece of yourself that I think everybody fears when they fear death. once you get over all that and you can see that, yes, you can do this, you can survive anything. You can set aside your fears and just get day to day. You know, I'm always thinking I'm going to die in a car accident, so I become terrified of cars. But it occurs to me, if part of my timeline agreement was that I'm going to die in a car accident, I might never leave my house and a car might crash through my window and kill me in this room right now, right? Like, anything can happen. You cannot change what you've agreed to. It's going to happen. It's going to play out. You do have free will, but things always end up happening the way that they happen, that we've agreed to in the end, one way or other. So fear is a waste of time. Worry is a waste of time. And it's also something that lowers our frequency. And when our frequency is lowered, guess what? We stay in a lower dimension. We have access to less of our DNA. That's how it's all paralleling, right? These strands of DNA that we don't have access to, we get access to them as our frequency raises. Our frequency lowering is what got us here in general. And that didn't happen without malevolence. Like, that happened because of deep plotting and planning to actually, turn us into the slaves that we become, right? Like, that we don't even realize that we are. But that took a lot of planning to let us believe that we were free, to let us believe that we had all this great opportunities and great things, but also controlling our frequency in many ways and keeping us in the 3D and keeping us from accessing enlightenment and kind of moving up. So that's the trap here on Earth. And once we can get out of it, there's just so many great things awaiting us. And that is what excites me every day, right? Snapping out of that fear, stepping out of the matrix, saying you've had enough, saying, you're taking back your life and you're going to manifest things and spend your energy the way that you want to spend your energy. And I'm going to leave it on the Magician, my little mushroom with the soul, moon with the soul, sky with the soul. They all have souls, right? There's so much magic out there. That's why we don't need fear. And the magic is within all of us. It's not, the person channeling or the person doing tarot. You could pick up a tarot deck today, any deck, my deck, your deck, any deck, and you could suddenly start asking the universe questions and you could be getting the answers, right? You could get into a flow state as well. This is available to all of us. The pineal gland is within us all, and we have access to it. CIA has known this. Obviously, the 13 families that own everything know this. Obviously, there's a whole world out there of people with information that has been hidden from us. It's being disclosed. We've just got to pay attention. We've got to start doing something about it. We've got to start doing some action with all of this, right? So what can we do? Form communities, take back our lives, take back our time, focus on our passions, raising our frequencies, making sure that we're not accepting things we shouldn't accept. If this resonates, please leave a like, share, whatever you can do would help. That would be great. Thank you so much for subscribing and listening. I appreciate you. Know you are loved unconditionally beyond this earth, and there is so much more for you. Thank you.